None of that could go in the video. Check out the amazing new set.
Yes, I've been here with my paintbrush and my drill and stuff and my hoover, and I've tidied up.
Yeah.
We're going to try and keep it tidy like this forever and ever.
Yes, we are actually in the same place though. Don't be fooled in thinking we just moved locations and stayed in America. We are back in sunny England, having had our excursion to Los Angeles, California, which is only 59.3 miles away from the Fender factory. Tenuous link brings us to the Fender Jaguarillo pawn shop guitars.
You guys probably remember in 2011, or was it 2010? I can't remember, but Fender came up with this concept which they called the Pawn Shop series, which were basically kind of guitars that might have been but never were. And 2012 sees 3 new models in that range, actually 4 if you include the bass, but as we don't play bass, we haven't. So I've got 2 of them here because I think there are 2 particularly pretty ones. This is the new Mustang Special, and Chapman's has
Jaguarillo 2.
How would you pronounce that if you were Mexican though?
I think it would be Jaguarillo.
Jaguarillo.
Yeah. Jaguarillo.
But you can
Papa que rico.
Because apparently if the 2 L's in
Y.
chicken is a Y.
Pollo. Jaguarillo.
So
if I'm right, could you comment in the comment section below? This is a 3-colour sunburst. Plays really, really nicely. And I've done the thing where I tuned it down a semitone because I like the flappy, elastic, rubber bandy, hoopy sound that it affords one. Sounds incredible. I mean, we've not managed to get a bad sound from anything we're using today.
It's a straight up kind of Jaguar body with a 24-inch scale length and a C-shaped kind of neck, 22 frets, but a simplified kind of pickup selection. So we have a Fender Atomic Humbucker with a couple of single coil.
I like
pickups.
that name.
You like it, do you?
Atomic Humbucker. Growl, isn't it?
It's very, very growly. We've got the Adjustomatic kind of vintage trem system that you probably see. Oh, it's locked. That's probably why. Hang on.
I didn't know you could lock it.
Yeah, you can lock the trem.
When could you lock it?
It's always been. It's
that sounds a lot better, Lee. Wait, cut! Bigger the better. That's what she said. The darker the weather in my head. Oh no. Blue.
Back in the video?
I was back in the video. I don't know where you were, man. Wait a minute. All of a sudden, I had this huge urge for a coffee. The coffee we got from Fretted Americano.
I do. Should we teleport out to...
I think we should go and get one. Teleportation Captain Chapman style.
Ready?
Right. Coffee. Dave! I need one of those Fretted Americanos.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, wicked. Thanks, mate. Okay, ready? We're going to go back. Okay. It's hot. Ow. Ready? That was totally worth it. We consumed it on the way back in cyberspace.
In a vortex.
Where we dwell. And we dwell well. That's a link from Spinal Tap.
Is it?
Yeah. Ba-da-dum, Stonehenge.
They were replaying at that Jim Marshall tribute thing I was at on the weekend. They were replaying all the scenes from Spinal Tap where it's like, you know...
Why don't you tell them about the Jim Marshall tribute that you went to? In a Fender video.
In a Fender video. Only, obviously you guys know, very sadly, Jim passed away recently, and they had a tribute for sort of friends and families and people who'd worked with him over the years. And I was invited with my wife to go to that, which was a real honour. And yeah, it was very, 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 very moving to hear lots of very fond stories about Jim, particularly his generosity when it came to charities and children's charities. And yeah, just kind of, I'll tell you one quick story because it just, freaked me out a bit. I guess a Macmillan cancer charity, I don't know if you have that in America or whatever, but over here we have a charity, Macmillan, which helps both patients and families who are going through the sort of latter stages of a terminal sort of cancer illness. And a local facility was trying to raise some money, trying to raise £1.5 million to improve the local facilities. And they'd written to Jim and said, would you help? And they'd not heard back. And a few months later, they put on a sort of a dinner to update people about how their fundraising was going. And Jim attended the dinner, and they were saying, we've had this amazing response. We've got to £700,000 now. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much, like that. And Jim gets up and says, I've got you covered for the rest. Writes out a cheque for £800,000, which in dollars is over $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of thing was kept quiet during his life and work with Marshall.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I think a few people who knew him knew he did a lot for charity, but he didn't kind of like, you know,
It
he wasn't in
broadcast
magazines like
no,
every
not
5
at all.
minutes going, look at the money I've given to this charity.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, lots of stories. And so, again, rest in peace, Jim, and hopefully Marshall and the family will carry on that kind of great work. But anyway, that was my little story.
Yes.
Back to the Fender video.
So, Jaguarillo, we got a tremolo arm. It does the traditional old style thing where it moves internal springs, moving a thing here to move a thing here, and you get that kind of subtle Blue Hotel
It's like a
kind of...
surfy kind of...
Yeah, to be frank, it's not the kind of tremolo I like.
No.
But if you like that surf style kind of 50s thing, shadows...
It's absolutely a trem system you would use subtly, and you'd be retuning your guitar fairly regularly. It's not, I mean, it's not even as stable as like a Strat tremolo would be, and it's certainly not like a Floyd or anything.
But
like
I do like the fact that there's a little switch here that turns it off, because
It's
I never knew...
Do you know, I think it's the sound, though. You know, it's kind of weird, like Bigsby trems and these kind of what do we call this? Adjustomatic
trems.
They just have a kind of almost like a swimmy kind of tremolo tone that you don't really get from other
well, you
types
can
of trem
tremolo
systems.
all the strings rather than just one string.
Yeah. I mean, it's a C-shaped neck, so does it feel nice and comfortable?
Yeah, I was going to say, sorry, I'm a bit horsey because I've been singing for 4 hours yesterday. Not anything else that would make me horsey. But yeah, it feels nice and comfortable. It's a little bit deeper than a Strat neck, and it's a little bit shorter than a Strat neck too, because of course, as we know, the Jaguarillo scale length is 24 and...
Just 24 inch.
24 inch.
Yeah.
There you go. Now that's another song we're writing, isn't it?
That could just be the second verse, couldn't it?
So I really like the short scale length. I love the feel of the neck. It's the kind of neck that you can do all sorts of fast wizardry on, but it's just got enough chunk to sustain great Fender tones.
Now, on a regular Jaguar and Jazzmaster, you've got quite complex switching. This is simpler, isn't it?
Yeah, I prefer the simpler layout. You've got this massive humbucker. You've got in-between sounds. We'll do that, actually. Might make sense. Let me check I'm tuned. So what was this humbucker called?
And I think they're all called Atomic pickups, but they're all Fender branded pickups, but that's the Atomic.
That's
over
the Atomic kitten.
We've got the Enforcers. So they're obviously getting into their names of...
No, Rosewood! There's your Atomic kitten, and if you give it in between, one step up, all of a sudden it's all hollow and nice and woody. In the middle, I'm guessing, is just this one little single chord on its own. It's almost like a couple of chords that make a question. Oh, sorry, I've moved one. That's 5-way. Okay. Both these single chords for you.
You've malted.
I'm sorry, I keep malting. I like that, actually. It gives you a bit more top end when you bring it. And then all the way to the neck. Sounds great.
No,
it feels really easy to play, even for someone that likes a bit of the... well, that kind of widdly-stiddly stuff. You can do that, but then you can also honk it out. And We found these amazing pedals.
Do you know? Yeah, we've had a bit of tonal magic's gone on today. We've bought a Fender Blues Junior. This may well have sold out by the time this video goes out, but it's a navy blue Blues Junior, exactly the same as a regular Blues Junior, except this has got a Celestian. Well, it's got a Celestian Vintage 30 in it. And we've got a super cool, hope you can see down here, super cool Rockbox boiling point, which we're using for a kind of a backed off kind of gainy sound. And my other favourite drive pedal, the Plimsoll, the full-tone Plimsoll for the more drivey one.
And we did this thing, and we wished we'd filmed it, because we literally went, oh, let's get a great tone from these pedals. And we turned on the Plimsoll, oi, that's perfect, don't change it. Turned it off, turned on the boiling point, oi, that's perfect, don't change it.
And the amp.
And the amp.
Tonal magic. Everything's come out of the box. We've literally not adjusted the settings, gone, don't touch anything, because that's the sound.
Yeah. So put the Plimsoll on.
Well, do you want the slightly less gainy?
No, I want the Plimsoll!
Okay, hit maximum gain.
Yes.
And the
Great.
The rock box is
so
more
great.
backed off kind of. You know what I love on the Rockbox, and I think it's a great concept. They don't tell you what any of the knobs or switches do. There are 3 knobs and two sort of micro switch on here. They don't
Forces you to use your ears and not your eyes.
So you can't sort of go, oh, I always have gain here and I always have volume here.
Yeah.
You have to literally sort of go, I wonder what happens with all these different settings, and it gets you some killer sounds.
Anyway, just gave him a USP he didn't have.
I probably did. I think we should try another guitar.
Okay, I think you should play that one then.
Okay.
And I think you should tell him your secret weapon of mass pick destruction.
Yes. I got sent the other day a stone plectrum. I couldn't tell you what sort of stone it is, but I thought I'll have a little bit of a fiddle with this, and it's kind of cool.
What's the Stoneworks?
Stone picks or stoneworks?
Stoneworks, they're called. Put that Plimsoll on for me. I just want to have a little twiddle. Wow, it's really good.
I know.
It slips across the string really easily.
I think that's what it is. I was trying to decide, in my own mind, when I'm playing, I think I can hear a difference between the stone one and the plastic ones. And it certainly feels different. When you played, I'm not sure if I could hear a difference. So I don't know if in my own mind whether I'm making it up. But, or maybe it's just one of those really
wait, let's test it right now. Play with plastic and then play with stone.
Well, you have to. You're
okay, ready? I'll play the same. I don't know, it just feels nicer.
I think.
I don't know, I prefer the stone one.
Yeah, I think it feels nicer to play, doesn't it? But I don't even know how much these cost. I'll have to see if I can find out about stocking these.
But this is it. He doesn't even sell them yet.
No, I know. That's just a guy sent me them, but they're kind of cool. So I probably will try and stock some. I knew that the Fender Mustang Special had been changed very slightly when Pawn Shop 2 came out, and I wanted to make sure I had all my facts right as to why it was different. So I went and got a Mustang 1 and a Mustang 2 to see what the difference was. And there's basically not a lot of difference. In terms of the body shape, the pickups, the switching, everything is the same. The main difference is the neck has been changed.
I would say they feel remarkably different to me to play.
Yeah.
In terms of neck gauge, finish on the back of the neck is very different, isn't it?
So there's a very slightly different use of lacquer on the necks here. I wouldn't have said it actually feels terribly different. It doesn't even really look that different either, to be honest with you. Obviously, you can see the truss rod. The truss rod on the Mustang 1 has been fitted, but underneath the board, and the access
in the rear.
The access is at the body end. Now that does mean, like a lot of old vintage guitars, you've got to take the neck off to do any sort of truss rod adjustment. So that's a pain in the arse.
We're not going to put that in the video, though.
We won't put that in the video. But anyway, so Mustang, the Mustang 2 has gone for the traditional kind of truss rod, has gone in through the back of the neck, it's been filled in with the skunk stripe.
Access at the top.
And access at the top, like a sort of a more modern guitar. Does it feel? It does feel a little chunkier.
Yeah, the one you just brought up has a wider fretboard, but it's slightly thicker. So it's got more of a modern feel, but it's got a bit more chunk to it as well.
Pretty marginal. Anyway, so let's plug the second one in. I'm guessing it's going to sound pretty much the same as the first one. Where's my plectrum? I don't want that one. I can't, now I've had a stone one, I can't go back.
But is there anything else? He's going to be mining the fields trying to find the correct stone.
So you've got that really, really typical classic kind of short scale length kind of sound. Chapman describes it as hoopy. I don't know what the technical term for it is.
That's hum and sing, isn't it?
Yeah, slightly different switching than you would have on a traditional old Mustang. So these are what are called Fender Enforcer humbuckers. So with the switches in the middle here, both pickups are working like regular humbuckers. It's a nice kind of growly sound.
That's good.
And what I can do if I want to is put them into a single coil mode. And I can choose either the front coil or the back coil. And I guess that probably doesn't make a great deal of difference with the pickups on their own, but once you start to use the two together, you can kind of get some funky out of phase. To get some kind of cool tones.
Sounds very nice.
Volume and tone control.
What's it like with that out of phase, both single coils with a bit of plimsoll?
With a bit of plimsoll. It's a great sound. It's unbelievably light as well.
Yeah.
It's arguably one of the feel that. It's like one of the lightest guitars ever. So I guess actually Mustangs were always kind of popular with younger people, girls, stuff like that. People that really kind of just felt like they didn't want like a Les Paul sort of around their neck.
Or kind of massive chunky guys that just like a shorter scale neck. To get that kind of really thick string going on there, but it still feels nice and soft.
Yeah.
Arguably, you could put 12s on that and tune it to E flat, and it would probably feel fine.
So I guess we're not going to spend a massive amount of time on this guitar because it's not that different to the old Mustang one. But no. And there are still a few of the Mustang. If you prefer the kind of the way this one's built, there's a few of these left that you can still pick before they're all kind of gone.
I think we should get an Afro man to play some jazz on it.
What do we know any?
Should we summon one?
Summon an Afro man with jazz.
Oh, it worked! Awesome. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, thank you.
You're Rabia Massad from Dorje, aren't you?
Certainly am. Certainly am.
Honour to have you here, mate.
Thank you.
Why don't you play us?
To be here.
What do you think, mate?
It's really nice. It is really light as well.
It's almost colour coordinated with your shorts as well, isn't it?
It certainly is.
It's not the kind of thing that you, it's not the kind of thing you'd normally play.
For me, no. But I suppose in a way, because I'm a big guy, like it's a small body guitar, so I feel very close up. But at the same time, it doesn't sound like a small body guitar. It sounds very thick, especially on that. Really nice and thick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to summon the captain back so we can end the video. Oh! Wow, man. Your other alter ego is amazing.
Yeah, he got some tones, didn't he? Cool. Well, look. So that's our little Pawn Shop 2 video done. There's different colours available in these. These come in some both the Jaguarillo, Jaguarillo.
Wasn't that one of the Jawas?
Jaguarillo.
Teeny.
I can't remember what colours they are. I think it's something like Sunburst, Sonic Blue. There might be a red one. These are definitely in Sunburst, Lake Placid Blue, or Candy Apple Red. But you know where you can go to find out all the information, don't you?
Andertons.co.uk.
Andertons.co.uk.
By the way, did you know that Lee Anderton runs a store in Guildford, England called Andertons?
I think all the guys who probably watched these videos from about 2 years ago go, of course you do. But a lot of the more recent subscribers don't realise that, do they? So yes, I do have a shop. And if you'd like to see more videos with me and Chappers, you need to buy more stuff so that it can fund more videos. Basically.
I've been Rob Chaffers.
And I'm the captain.
Dive in your eyes.
Keep singing, just random.
I like big asses on my face.
I sold my soul
Keep playing, singing.
to the
Body fall for you.